Welcome back to the Chuck Clark Coaches Show. It's been a while since we've had one here on BCHS Bear Network, but glad to have Coach Clark back with us again after the shutdown for the holidays and the pandemic. And Coach, it seems like it's been forever. We're going to have a special guest here too, Mason Rothwell. But Coach, it's been forever since we've actually sat down and did an interview again, and it's good to have you back in the flow, and I'm sure it's good for you after having, 21 days off and the team with no practice, not even allowed on campus, to get back and playing games against other people besides just practicing.
The kids love it, or I'm sure I
Being
say
off,
that.
you mean?
Yeah. No, they love being back and playing.
Yeah.
Because instead of just practicing, I don't blame them. I like playing the games myself, and so it's good to get back into a little bit more of what we were used to before.
Well, last night we had a little 3-game skid there, had some games on the road we could have won, should have won maybe, I guess, whatever you look at, but a good win over Meigs County last night, and I think we come out hot as a firecracker from three-point line. We hit our first 18 points were all three-pointers, so we hit 6 in a row of those things, and Isaac Smith had a good game for him. Matter of fact, it was a career high points for him. I think he had 17 total. Branch Barra had 17 points, I think, as well, looking at the score sheet here. The guy to your left there, Mason Rothwell, he was in double figures as well, and Tucker Green. So when you get 4 guys in double figures, your starters are, and get off to start like that, you pretty much got things in hand, it seems like. We only led 18-11 after 1 quarter, but we shut them out the entire second quarter. They didn't score a point, and we just took control there.
Well, I went back to kind of the old philosophy. And we went back and started pressing a little bit. And so we went back to our 22 press. And we haven't really worked on it, have we?
Not much.
This year. So, we the times that we've worked on it, it was for other teams. Mm-hmm. And so I just said, they knew how to do it. And so we did it. And we did a pretty good job of it. We didn't get burnt any. And and we made Meigs take some bad shots, mm-hmm. really. They got in their offense a lot, but still, when you have pressure on you for the full game, it makes you hurry your shot. You're looking over your shoulder. And so we're going to go back and start doing some more pressing a little bit and see if we can change things up a little bit for ourselves.
Well, you got several big district games coming up. You got tonight with Feminis on Tuesday morning. You got Ooltewah tonight down there. You got Saudi Friday down there. Then you got home game with East Hamilton. And then you've got a road game at Cleveland High School. The game that got transferred to a different date will be on Thursday the 21st. But you're right in the heart of the district season, and this is going to see who's make it or break it, I guess you could say right now, and for seating position for the upcoming postseason, which will be next month.
Well, I turned around and told the guys last night before the game, normally you have 3 seasons. Well, we haven't had 3 seasons. We've had to jump from 1 to 3 really quick, mm-hmm. and then the 4th season is in tournament time.
Yeah.
But that Christmas part where we normally, you got the beginning of the season, middle of it, right there at Christmas, and then the start of it, we skipped one, mm-hmm. and it shows. It showed, and it's that way for most everybody. Yeah. I'll say that. McMinn County, they didn't take any time off, but everybody around us, besides McMinn, has had that little lull. And it takes some time to get back in the swing.
Well, we've talked several times in the past, and you've talked about it being the season divided up into different parts like that. And you start the season, and then you have the Christmas break where you have usually in a tournament somewhere off, or a classic maybe off somewhere, playing different teams that you don't just normally see. And you say, well, sometimes we throw guys in there who don't get to play a lot up to that point just to see what they can do. Hey, here's your opportunity. If you want to get into the starting lineup, show it, prove it to me. If you can do that, and you come out of that second part of the season with maybe a different look when you start the new year. But like you say, you miss those. It's nobody's fault. Just part of this season, the way it's going.
It's life, and you have to adjust. You get thrown curveballs all the time, and so now, you know, we got a base hit last night. So we went opposite field on that curveball out low and outside. Travis would like that little analogy.
Yeah.
So, you know, we went with the pitch, and so we changed our philosophy up a little bit from what we have been, and you know, those guys adjusted well, and it makes me want to continue that, what we were doing. And so, you know, and I'm getting more settled in our rotations, and I think the guys are too. So that helps.
Yeah, get
So,
comfortable in that.
Normally, I'm already know what my rotations are, but now it's I can see, you know, where I'm going, and I think they understand it now too.
Well, Mason, you're a senior. You've been a 4-year starter. I remember the very first game you played, 24 points on the road up there against William Blunt or at Blunt or something, I think.
Yes, sir.
It was William Blunt.
And I didn't know who you were. I didn't know who you were by name, and I thought, who is this guy with Bradley for 24 points? I thought, must have the wrong name on here for the wrong team, you know. That's literally, I did. And I asked around and said, oh, that's our new freshman there. And he's been, and I'm going to brag on you here a little bit, Mr. Consistent. I mean, he's reliable, dependable there every game, and double figure scored almost every single game. I don't know what your average is overall for your career, but it's getting on up there pretty high. And I've seen you in the classroom, and I'll tell you a story I shared earlier with Mr. Schroyer on him. I was in a math class subbing for a teacher up here, and the teacher gives me the answers so I can tell the kids whether or not their answers are right. It's working formulas, equations, things like that. And they were having some tough troubles with it, and I told them, I said, well, your answer's wrong, go back and try again. They didn't understand how to get to the correct answers. Mason, in that class, I said, does anybody have the correct answer? I told him the correct answer. He said, I've got it. And 2 or 3 kids had it, but he had it. I said, could somebody come up here and explain to them, show them on the board the correct way to solve this problem? He volunteered to come up there. And he was literally up there teaching the class as a math teacher. And I couldn't, you know, I got through, I told the kids, I got this years ago. You know, I graduated Bradley a couple of years ago myself. I did this once, kids, but don't ask me to do it again. But, I mean, that's the kind of guy that, you know, will step up and take the leadership role in that case. And he's just a young guy then. Might have been a freshman. I'm not sure it's Miss Campbell's class who it was. But
Yeah, I think that was freshman year.
it'd been your freshman year in the B Academy up there. But that's what I see out of you, and I'm sure Coach sees too. He's bragged on you and talked about you over the years. And your 4 years of Bear, they've gone by in a hurry, haven't they?
Oh, yes, sir, they have.
I tell kids that all the time, but enjoy it while you're here at high school because it goes by in the blink of an eye. But have you enjoyed your years at Bradley as a basketball player here?
Oh,
Is this old guy any good to play for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really appreciate him in so many ways. He doesn't even understand. And I think in the last 4 years, I've grown so much and learned so much about myself and how to like help others succeed. And just like you said in the classroom, I love to see others succeed on and off the court. So, I mean, whether I know you or not, I'm going to be there for you. And these 4 years have been, you know, shorter than 4 years.
Right. Okay.
With quarantines and all of that, but I wouldn't take it back. I really appreciate all the people I've ran into in my journey here at Bradley. And to anyone that's thinking about attending Bradley in the coming years, I say do it. It's great. It's a great experience.
You've been a great representative, not just on the floor, but off the floor, in the classroom, and in the community. That's the kind of Bear that won't representing our school. And I know it makes me proud to have somebody like him. And Coach, I know it does you too.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, when we talk about the Bear Nation and Bear family, Mason epitomizes it. And I mean, it's the whole that we want to have take place here. And Mason just is just a super young man. And I'm proud to have had him these 4 years. I mean, he's made me a better coach.
Well, we've been glad he's been a Bear. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
Always does the right thing, and we appreciate players like that. I know you tweak and tune your lineup as you go through the year, depending on who's hot, who's cold, whatever. Last night, everybody seemed to be doing quite well. I looked and we shot 73% from 2-point range, and then we knocked down 9 3-pointers. That's pretty hefty there. Had 10 steals, so defensively, Mex was a team that liked to move the ball. Pass, maybe overpassing a little bit, but they like to pass the ball. from one side of the court to the other just as fast as they can, and you're having to react. And you react pretty good to get 10 steals. That's a pretty good, hefty number.
We had some of it came from the press, and a couple times we got a couple steals with breakaways on it, and so that was big. We adjusted and we talked about cutting the court in half, and taking away that where they go from side to side. So the guys did a really nice job of that, and we had kind of a breakdown in the third quarter where we relaxed a little bit, but I think I called a timeout, and we discussed that a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, you let us know that they had put 25 points up in one quarter. That can't happen. So
I think I remarked on the air that Chuck Clark just called him out, and he's not a happy camper. And because you're standing close enough to me, I don't hear what you're saying, of course. I don't want to hear, but I can tell by the facial expressions and how you greet the players they come into you, that things are not going the way that you want them to go. But we had 24 points that quarter. They had 25. So then we only give up 2 points in the fourth quarter. So I mean, defensively, you got to be pleased with that. I know Meg's not an elite program at this point, but still, that's a good win for you. Get you set up for these district games coming up.
Well, I got my point across, I believe.
I think you did. I think you did.
Those, we're gonna play defense, and it started at McMinn County. We played really, really nice defense up there, and and we beat them in all areas of the game, except the final score in that last 2 seconds. And I think that they probably did not have the lead in that game for more than 30 seconds.
20 to be exact, because Joe Cannon told us.
Is that right?
Yeah, he looked it up and said it was 20 seconds they had the lead
so,
the entire game.
That tells you how well we played defensively and offensively. We just had a couple of miscues and we stumped our toe, and it happens. And we carried that over a little bit last night. And we played, if we held them 2 points in, I guess, the second, or 3 points second quarter, and
0 in the second, 2 in the fourth.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's playing some defense, and even it doesn't matter who you're playing, And then the first Raiders coach Williams used to say, but that's pretty good defense.
Defense is what you win with games and championships, as they say.
That's right.
I was looking at last night's games around the area. Ownbey won last night over Chattanooga Central, and
Right.
I think the Perry kid dropped 37 points on Central last night. So he's going to 5 3-pointers too out of that mess. So.
He's quick, and he knows how to penetrate, and he finds openings. I was just finishing up watching their game with Notre Dame, and they've got a nice crew, and it's going to be a challenge for us. Playing. I'm glad both teams have played back to back. So,
yeah, that's good.
That works out.
Has anybody in our district, boys-wise, surprised you with how play has gone and stepped up? Maybe I didn't think they could be that strong, but they have turned out to be better than you thought, or is it too? We hadn't played a whole lot of games yet, but
East Hamilton kind of surprised me a little bit with how well they were playing before they were shut down. I had I guess 4 videos of their games, and
you'll see them next Tuesday here at home.
They were playing really, really good basketball, and they were all working together really well. And so, and I know Coach Webb hated to have that shutdown, because they were on a roll, and anytime you get on a roll like that, you hate to be shut down. But that's probably the only one I guess I'm really surprised at. I'm surprised at us a little bit, but we'll get over our problems.
Well,
I think we have.
I got a question for Mason here. I'm going to throw out here too. We've talked about this pandemic, so we're sick and tired of talking about it, but it's really disrupted attendance at games, which we all hate. Blessed to be a member of the media, so I do get to attend the games at home and away. But here at Bradley Central and Bradley County Schools, that's Walker Valley, Bradley, and the middle schools, only 2 tickets per player are allowed, so 2 fans can show up. So is it mom and dad? Is it mom and the sister, mom and brother? Who is it? Grandma and grandpa? Thank goodness Mr. Sawyer is streaming all of our home games so we can watch them and listen to the audio at home. But does that affect you as a player? Do you notice a crowd when, like we had Walker Valley here 2 weeks ago? Normally we got 3/4 of gyms full. Cleveland High, it's that full or fuller, you know. And that's not going to happen this year. Maybe not the whole season. Does that, as a player, do you notice the crowd noise, or does it get you fired up when something really good happens? The crowd's just standing up, yelling, going crazy. I mean, does that inspire you and get you fired up? Or?
At first thought, I was like, well, this is different.
Yeah.
But that makes your teammates have to step in and be a little bit louder on the bench.
You're the cheerleaders.
And yeah, and you know, I'm always going to be cheering for my guys on, and I hope they would do the same. But that's what it comes down to ultimately. And at first, I was like, you know, I wish we could have more fans, but I'm just glad that we're seeing the court another day at this point.
Oh,
So,
yes, that's the great thing, you know.
So yeah, it really comes down to your teammates hyping you up, getting that momentum going, especially in big games like Walker Valley and stuff where you don't have all of those fans and the cheering going on. So that's really important.
Well, Coach, same question to you. Do you notice the lack of crowd noise? I mean, Will Campbell told me in our broadcast up there at Walker Valley, he said, or over here at the Bradley Field House, he said, this is maybe the first time ever I'm coaching that they can actually hear me from the sidelines calling to my players, especially even when they're on the other end of the floor, that they can hear me.
Yeah.
You got that ear-shattering whistle that you can use.
I can get their attention, you know, with my whistle, but you know, in a way, I like it because now I can listen to them talk defensively.
They have no excuses now, can't they?
They have none whatsoever. And two, you know, Coach German, and we're helping them defensively to where they can. It is a little bit different that way, but you know, it's basketball, and once they throw it up, it don't matter if there's anybody in there. Yeah. We're going to play to win, and that, you know, that's the mentality these guys have. You know, we're going to throw it up, tip it up, and it's time to play.
Well, we talked, I think, last Friday night at McMinn County. We come out a little bit short on the score, but you said the effort was there. It has been. And he said, as long as the guys try, he said, I can't criticize them at all. If they're out there trying and giving their best, hey, if your best ain't good enough to win, hey, that's all you can do.
You give the other team credit, you know. And so that I have to, you know, Ed and I talked after the game, and I said, you know, you got me for about 30 seconds or to a minute, and that's it. But you did it at the right time, and he just smiled. And he said that you know, basically, we deserve to win the game, but they made their luck, they made their fortune, and so you know, tip your hat off to them. Yep. And so you know, it's like when we pray, Coach Smith always used to before the games, win with class, you lose with class. And you know, we did that, and that makes me proud about our guys. You know, we can't shake hands anymore, but we can throw our hands up and say, you know, wish them well. And we got beat, and you know, you don't have to like it, but you know, I knew when we walked in there that my guys played their hearts out, and it's probably the first time in a loss that I've kind of bragged on you guys, wasn't it, Mace?
Yeah. You told us we actually clicked a little bit that game.
So
maybe that's the start of something good then.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, if you're going to go out there and give everything you've got, I can't be mad at you. You know.
And sometimes you learn more from a loss than you do from a win.
And I hope that we have. And you know, it showed last night because they played with a lot of energy, and they played together well as a team. So, and that's what it's all about, because you win as a team and you lose as a team. Not one player is bigger than the program, and that's including coaches and all. So, but you win as a team, lose as a team, and that's what we did the other night. We lost as a team, but you know, the effort was there as a team too.
Yeah. It was. It was a fun game to watch and to broadcast, to be a part of, and I know you enjoyed all of it except the final score there, but that's okay. Maybe that momentum from last night's win will carry over to tonight and Friday night, and then you got Tuesday coming back home here, and then next week with Cleveland. We're right in the midst now of a district run. I don't think, do we have any non-district games left at all? We had one scheduled later in the year, but if it happens, we don't know. It'd be one of the final games of the year. But
We haven't decided on the Warren County game
Warren
yet.
County, yeah.
He hasn't, he was talking about, we're still playing the weather game
right.
too, with Middle Tennessee like that. And he talked like if their scheduling permitted, that they would try to make it over. And that would be good. I mean, they're a good team. They didn't lose many people. In fact, they only lost one player.
But you want to play good teams. That's measuring stick. Where do we stand? Let's play somebody really tough.
And plus, it'd be a great challenge for us right before we go into district play.
Mm-hmm.
And, that would give us 3 games for that week, and one of them be East Hamilton too. So it would be tough. But these guys, they're getting better, and they're working hard, and I'm proud of them. They're going to get there.
Well, we sure hope so, and we're going to wrap things up here for this week's show with Chuck Clark and Mason Rothwell, one of our seniors. And Coach, we'd like to remind the fans one more time. We've mentioned this every chance we get. Limited seating, only 2 tickets per player handed out, and those players have to submit a name, 2 names, and they're on the list. That's at the front door. Same, it will be a doodle, I'm sure, tonight too. And if your name's not on the list, don't even drive down there. You're not going to be allowed to get in, no matter how much you beg and plead and cry. And understand, it's not the school. It's not Turner Jackson, our AD. It is directed from the school board, the county schools. It's a mandate from there, so they control all this. And so be patient and can consider it to everybody.
Yeah, we want the crowds back in.
Right. Yeah.
But, and it's liable to change for the East Hamilton game because that's the 19th. That's kind of the mandate that they put down.
Hope it does.
And so we're liable to at least maybe get the immediate family in for that. And that would be good because I know that it's putting a strain on a lot of families who are having to get babysitters or else find people to watch the little ones. And that's not good.
And to say nothing, financial loss. We're losing money every home game.
That's
the way it is.
Yeah, when you lose $600-700 each home game, and that's not good business.
No, it's
Man
not.
can't stay in business too long doing that.
No, that's exactly right. But and we encourage you, if you do get to go, even if you're not going to the ball game, please understand social distancing and wearing the mask. It's up to you, the fans, us, everybody. If we want to stop this virus from spreading, do what's mandated. Keep your hands sanitized, socially distance, wear your mask as best you can. We've all been touched by the coronavirus. Some of us have had it. Some, and the ones that haven't had it, know people who have had it. And we've lost some dear friends to this school and to this community because of deaths from COVID. All right, so we want you to understand and appreciate the severity of what's going on here. Hopefully, like you say, the mandate from the governor ends the 19th. Maybe things will change. But let me go back here with just one quick final thought. Even at Hamilton County, in their schools, it's even stricter. There's only 50 tickets per visiting team. 50. That's 1 per player. We've got about 45 or so in our 4 basketball programs, counting JVs and varsity. And that's not fair, but life's not always fair.
No, and we just have to limit it to 1 per player, basically, and then as it works out for us, we're not taking as many players. That we changed things up a little bit. We gave the seniors because it is their last year.
Yeah,
they got 2, and so we turned around and did that for them.
Good.
Any mom and dad that's been through us with 4 years
put up with you.
They don't need to decide who's doing that. So, yeah, I mean that's kind of the right thing to do if we got a couple extra. So, and then we turned around and gave the girls a couple that we didn't use. So,
well, that's good. Get everybody in there we can, but it is very limited, and unfortunately, it's just the way it is right now. But we hope you're listening to our broadcast. We'll be broadcasting every single home game left, and a couple of road games in there too as well. And Mr. Schroyer is streaming all the home games, so you can watch it and listen to the audio, enjoy those from the comfort of your home if you can. Hopefully things will be back to normal, particularly before we get to postseason, and we can have the crowds back.
I know that would be. I know these guys they would love to have it. And I would like to have it too.
Yeah, we all would, and it's just different. But anyway, that's the way it is right now. Until next time, we're going to wrap up here. Thank you, Coach Clark. Thank you, Mason Rothwell, for being with us today.
We're about to forget something.
What's
here.
that?
Mason's getting ready to have a little milestone that will take place here in the next game or two.
Go ahead and tell him. I know what you're talking about, I believe.
Yeah, he's getting ready to hit the 1,000-point club here at Bradley. And so...
You aware of that?
Yeah. I just found out last night, though.
Oh, okay.
Just last night.
So, that's a good thing.
What's the number at right now? Off the top of your head, you know?
I think I'm 11 points off.
Yeah, something like that.
989 is. So you may get that tonight. Let's count on you hitting that tonight.
Well, let's hope so.
As long as we get a win.
The win counts.
That's right. That's right. That's right at you to have there.
But that's,
That's a big milestone.
It is. It is. I didn't hit it when I was here. I don't know, but I got in the 900s, but I didn't get to 1,000. And so I'm glad that, we'll recognize him a little bit on that. And so that is a good milestone to hit. So.
Sure. Well, that's good to know that, and everything. Look forward to that happening, and we'll keep good coverage of that for you there. Until next time, we'll be back here. Hopefully, we'll be doing this every week from this point forward, providing good Lord willing and everything. Until then, this is Gary Ownbey, your host, saying so long for now. God bless, and go Bears.